Welcome, or welcome back to my channel Line Shape Form. In this video, I'll demonstrate how to draw an upward-looking head in various anime styles using the Loomis method and the profile view. To get the most out of this tutorial, especially if you're new to the Loomis method or my channel, I recommend watching the two tutorials linked in the description box below. They cover key points that won't be repeated here, so if you feel lost, you'll likely find your answers there. Drawing heads tilted upward presents unique challenges, especially in achieving an appealing look. It can be particularly difficult to make the jawline look attractive. In my previous video, I demonstrated how to draw an upward tilted male and female head with realistic proportions from the front view, using the profile view as a guideline. This time, I'll show you how to use the same technique to draw stylized anime heads, focusing on common ways to draw the chin and jawline from this angle. Let's start with this male head, which has the same width and similar proportions as the male head on the left. Please note that I won't be covering most of the topics already explained in my previous video. The diameter of the side circle indicates that this head has the same width from the front view as the one on the left. Please also note that the upward head tilt is not at the exact same angle for all the following stylized anime heads. There are slight variations. The front and side views above are merely for reference and comparison. For this method, you only need the profile view tilted at the desired angle, while I will provide a detailed version. A rough sketch of the profile showing the proportions and positions of the facial features and head will suffice. This is the underside of the chin, known as the submental area. This triangular region sits between the chin and the neck and is visible from both below and in profile view. This anatomical feature plays a significant role in drawing anime heads with an upward tilt, as you'll see with the more stylized characters. Now, how you draw the chin and jawline is entirely up to your preference. For characters with more realistic proportions, you can either leave it as is or omit the jawline altogether. You can simply indicate where the submental area ends and the neck begins. You might also consider breaking up the jawline slightly to create a softer appearance. Another option is to omit this line altogether. Which do you prefer? I believe that with this character, either choice would work well. Now, let's take a look at the next character. This time, we have an adult female character. Compared to the female on the left, her eyebrows and eyes are positioned slightly lower, and her head is a bit wider. This means that the side circle will be slightly smaller than that of the female on the left. For comparison, this would be the size of the side circle of the head to the left. Now let's examine the chin and jaw area. Here we have the triangle again. I find that, especially with female characters, it looks more appealing when the jawline isn't emphasized too much. So maybe like this. Or without the line. Or with shading like this. All right, let's move on to more stylized characters. This is our next head. It is only slightly wider than the previous female head. As you may have noticed, you can estimate the head's width from the front view by looking at the size of the side circle in the profile view. While you don't need to be overly precise or technical in your drawings, this knowledge can be quite useful at times. I will draw the chin and jawline like this for now, and we'll come back to it later. Let's finish the rest of the head first. I'm sure you've seen noses like this before. If you're wondering, this part is essentially a section of the nose's side walls. Now let's revisit the chin area and examine the triangle below the jawline once more. As mentioned earlier, this area is crucial for determining how and where to draw the contours of the jaw and chin from an upward tilted angle. Instead of taking a more realistic and logical approach, it's common to position the jawline contour lower than usual, or more accurately, to draw the contours of the bottom of this triangle instead of the actual jawline. My explanation for this is that it makes the jawline appear less angular and awkward, and elongates the bottom of the face, enhancing the perspective distortion and foreshortening that naturally occurs from this angle. Ultimately, it's a matter of personal preference, so let's compare three options. This represents the more realistic approach. If that doesn't appeal to you, you can opt for the previous version. Alternatively, if you feel the bottom of the face is too long, you can shorten it slightly and choose a style that falls between the first and second versions, like this. This still represents the contour of the bottom of the triangle. Try these options out on your own characters and see which one looks most appealing to you. That's it for this head. Let's move on to the next. This character's head is, once again, slightly wider than the previous one, resulting in a smaller side circle once more. In comparison, this shows the size of the side circle of the head on the left. Once again, let's begin with a more realistic approach. Here we have the triangle shape and the jawline. For now, let's draw a contour for both the jawline and the underside of the triangle. Once again, rather than drawing the jawline, which can make the head appear angular, you can choose to omit it. This represents a more realistic approach. Which of these two do you prefer? Both versions are certainly present in anime, often depending on the style and character design. However, the more stylized version is quite common, though it may go unnoticed most of the time. Alright, let's take a look at two more heads. This head is, once again, wider than the previous one, making the side circle even smaller. Let's remove the contour of the jaw once more. Now let's explore a few variations. This is the version we just saw. In this version, I made the bottom part of the face slightly narrower. This is essentially the first version, but with the contour at the bottom of the face disconnected and the lower back part of the head, below the ears and behind the neck, not visible. The same applies to this version, but this time it's a modification of version 2. And last but not least, we have a version featuring a visible jawline. Sometimes, you need to experiment and explore different variations to find what best suits your character and achieve an appealing look. That's it for this character. Now let's move on to our final head. This final head is nearly as wide as the circle itself. Once again, for comparison, this is the size of the side circle of the head on the left. With characters like this, you typically avoid drawing the jawline from this angle to maintain a soft appearance. Maybe one aspect to consider changing here is the width of the face. Depending on your preference, you could make the face, rather than the head, a bit wider to achieve a rounder appearance. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, I'd appreciate a thumbs up or a comment. To stay updated on future uploads, please consider subscribing and don't forget to hit the notification bell. Thank you for watching.